it over the roll call. Sacco. Tiger. Wapo. Babyface. Tough Tony.
I'm getting everyone sick in this room right now as we speak.
And I'm Edward O'Hare, nickname to be determined. Welcome to Wcbj, the Comic Book Jones podcast, come to you from 2220 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York!
Thanksgiving Eve and the first night of Hanukkah, according to Kenny Schiebel. I don't know if that's true.
It's true.
He's the only Jew in the vicinity, so I'm assuming it's true. Kenny, did anyone get burned in your house when you lit the menorah? No, everybody's fine at Kenny's house. He showed me a picture. His mom made a homemade menorah. It's actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
She made it from. I don't know. It looks like some sort of like a glass
it's
leaf.
It's like clay.
Oh, it's like
Dreidel.
You mean like Play-Doh?
okay. I thought that was the little bit of your navel that fell off. You know, when you were a baby. You and your 8 brothers and sisters.
Did you have latkes?
No, stop involving in the podcast.
Good. He had no latkes. Now he's
Second
done.
Tiger's motion.
I love when Babyface really tries to push the Jew card. I went to Hebrew school! Like he's still practicing and shit. You said you went to Hebrew school.
I never went. My younger brother went to spend his life in Hebrew school.
Alright, so where did you go?
I went to regular public school.
Yeah, but then you say that you took some sort of Jewish training?
No. No, I didn't. I didn't take any training.
Be honest, you're in the Israeli army. We all know it.
I know very little Hebrew. I just know some prayers.
Yeah.
No, I know no Chinese. But sometimes when I stutter, it sounds like Chinese.
Yeah, but your yarmulke gets all hard whenever Kenny starts talking about Jewish stuff, and you're all like, oh yeah!
Because it's like memories!
Well, so when did you stop practicing?
When my dad divorced my previous stepmom, so I was
So
like,
what was your last Hanukkah?
my last real Hanukkah, like full
No,
on
your last
family.
fake Hanukkah.
No, because my younger brother visits the house. Like, if it was during Hanukkah, if he like came over the house for one day, then we would like light candles for him. But you know, if he didn't come to the house like during the 8 days, then you know, no candles. We have an electric menorah that we keep in the window. I don't know if my dad took it out yet, but probably.
Sarah bought a menorah.
Did she?
Right.
That's right when Sarah made the pilgrimage, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
Yeah. What is that? When she like 20 years old or something? Anyone?
yeah.
The Jewish
Birthright.
Yeah, he did birthright.
Pretty cool.
Speaking of getting closer to God, let's say hello to our guest this evening.
No, well, we're not done with this fucking conversation. Why are you doing that?
Because I thought it was a perfect segue.
No, it wasn't. Hi, Satan.
Satan, welcome back.
Hey guys,
So
fun
Satan-
fact, I actually went to Jewish class. Thank you.
Oh, yes, this is a very funny story.
Thank you, yes. This is relevant. I actually went to Hebrew. Is that I'm talking about enough?
You can get closer.
Yeah.
Tiger.
That's just
Get
what
closer
he
to
says.
Tiger.
You're the one who taught us that.
Smooches to his face.
You guys you've all passed the test. I actually went to Hebrew school for a whole semester when I was in college, because they had a stipend that they paid you at the end. So me and my roommates who are not Jewish, I'm actually a practicing Catholic, we all said, why the hell not? And so we took this class, and I actually got found out on the last day. And then they kicked me out. But because of a paperwork error, they still sent me my check.
Really? How much was the check for?
It was like $500.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got free kosher pizza every week, which is actually kind of a punishment.
And how long was the class?
Was on Staten Island?
It was like, no, this was in Manhattan.
Dude, I just asked the question. Like, come on, let's get going here.
One at a time.
Jesus.
Class was.
What'd you have? How was the pizza?
Yeah.
Class was 2 hours.
All right, that's
1
great.
hour.
So anyway, come on. What is this? Our 58th episode? Let's get it together here.
57.
Thank you.
It was a 1 hour class and 1 hour of very confusing group discussion.
Was it confusing because you're Catholic?
Because I didn't know shit, no. Because the first guy, they're like, oh, what's your favorite Jewish holiday? And the first guy was like, Hanukkah. And I was like, damn it.
That's the only one I know.
That's the only one I know. And then
Don't say Yom Kippur.
well, that was the thing. They came to me, and then they're like, what's your favorite holiday? And I was like, I love them all so much. And they were like, well, I guess as long as you don't say Yom Kippur, you're fine. And everyone laughed but me.
If it makes you feel better, I went to my first college was a Catholic college. I knew nothing of the religion.
Does that make you feel better?
No.
You failed, Babyface.
That happens often. Fail.
So,
Speaking of failing,
yeah.
Babyface always complains about Ed-centric episode titles.
What'd I do?
I made a list.
Eccentric episode titles?
Alright, so,
Tiger contribution.
titles of episodes with Ed's name in the title, 4.
4 out of 57.
Seven.
Well, that's...
Titles with Babyface's name in the title, 4.
Oh. Wow.
Waffles got 1, and Satan has 1. And that rounds everybody
Yeah,
up.
and me and Tiger zip.
You don't get shit.
No. I thought maybe you wrote down the names of the episodes.
No, that was it.
That was a nice count, though.
Yeah, so there you go. So you have the same exact amount. There's no
The
need
most
for you.
important thing I did today.
I guess they're spread out more.
The last couple have all been about Tony.
Well,
Really?
they've all been
don't say
food
Tony in the
related.
title.
But it's Wednesday.
Might as well just be like Tony likes nachos. Tony likes tacos.
Or my personal favorite, Tony likes rags. Yeah, thanks again for that one.
No, it wasn't Tony like
That's not
Rags.
what
It
it was
was
called.
is Wednesday Rag Day? What's the name of that episode? Get it right.
Brought to you by Tony. I like how you're still holding the trumpet.
Yeah, you're holding the trumpet and a Miller High Life.
I just want to keep prepped all the time. I missed out on having it. So, in celebration.
If it was the zombie apocalypse, you'd be a really popular guy. That's what I was
You need a party hat.
I'll supply one then. We have all these like party horns and shit like that, and no party hats or anything like
Can
that.
make one out of paper.
Give him your underwear, babyface.
No, I don't want to get up.
That's the reason. Because you don't want to get up. Not because it's wrong or not because it's my only pair or whatever the hell it is.
There's that too.
Also, to put things in context a little bit for those listening, Steve Martinez was very nice to give us a bunch of noisemakers for sound effects on this episode.
Yeah, Steve. Woo, Steve. Steve, not your studio audience member. Yeah, Steve, I mentioned about one time, I don't even know if I mentioned it on the air about us needing like a Foley artist. And I nominated Steve, and Steve actually came. I don't even know if you realize that this has to do with Foley. Do you, Steve?
Yeah, we talked about it. You did mention it.
Okay, yeah, we talked about it. I did mention it.
Well,
I don't know if he answered my question there either. He was in the middle of
He was
taking a
halfway
shot.
through his shot.
A shot of Clan McGregor. Blended Scotch whiskey.
That's Highlander shit right there.
Yeah. What do you call those bottles like that you like keeping? Is that what size is that type?
What, the one he has there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like liter? What do you get? No.
It's a fun size.
It's not a liter.
Like fits right in your back pocket.
I call that breakfast.
1940. If you had like 1940s pants on, that fits all the way in your back pocket. You know, you ever watch like an old movie and they could fit like a whole bottle of booze. The pockets were so big back then.
Or like UFO pants where they had those giant like hip pocket, well side pockets.
UFO pants?
Yeah.
I've never heard of you. Anybody else hear UFO pants?
UFOs, Jenkos.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I had a
Is
pair.
that something new?
It's old already. It's God.
Older than what?
It's-
What, like the late 90s?
Yes.
Oh, that's so old.
Well, they've vanished for the most part.
It's still around. It's like a cross between like trip pants and parachute pants.
Well, then me and Tiger have grown up, and we haven't seen them in a long time. Agreed?
Include me.
Yeah, cool story, guys.
All right, let's hear some listener emails.
Oh, wait, before that,
Oh, wow.
I wanted to bring up something before the listener emails.
Okay.
Because I didn't see it myself, but everybody's been a little bit abuzz about the latest issue of latest episode of Family Guy with the death of Brian.
It can't be true.
And I was just curious, if does everybody think it's a permanent thing, or?
I think it's bullshit.
Because I just think that Seth MacFarlane was sick of doing like 18 fucking voices.
I agree with
And
you.
decided, I'm gonna cut one out because I want to sing more in Vegas. So Brian's gonna die because I pretty much sing as Brian anyway. So
Maybe
Well, word on the street
We
is
have
that
an industry insider here. Let's see what
Tony, you can't just nod and chew. You have to come to the mic and let people know that you're agreeing and
and then
disagreeing.
chew. Yeah.
Thank
chew
you.
close
Yeah,
to
you're on a radio
Don't
show.
chew.
I
Don't
agree. Chewing to follow.
Yeah, a buddy of mine said that the plan is to have him come back, but he couldn't say if he would come back from the dead or if he would be like, because I was pushing him. I was like, he's going to come back from the dead. Is he going to be like a ghost? Is he going to be a flashback? And he said Brian would be back.
Okay.
Thankfully, they already own the guy who does the voice,
I feel
Yeah.
like they might pull a Kenny from South Park and have him gone
And just
for a
have
couple
him-
seasons.
and then bring him back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's possible.
I can't know.
Yeah,
But I
well,
could know if I asked.
I've watched, you know, because I fell off on South Park too, and I noticed that I didn't know that Kenny was gone. Yeah, and then they replaced him with Butters, right?
Yeah.
So,
Fucking love that.
but then I
season.
noticed that there were episodes where Kenny didn't die, so they don't do the Kenny, oh my God, you killed Kenny in every episode anymore.
Yeah, that whole
Okay.
thing's like just, it's either dead now or they do like where it's like, oh, random throwback death, and then it's just, you know, oh, he's alive.
I haven't seen South Park in years.
South Park is very funny, unlike Family Guy.
No, yeah, South Park, it definitely makes me giggle every time I watch it. So, I watched the whole Black Friday saga thing.
Oh, good.
It was pretty good.
So was that like the last one?
I don't know, it was like a 2-parter or a 3-parter or some shit.
Yeah. Memories.
Help me out, Tony. What do you mean memories?
Yeah.
Come on, elaborate,
Oh,
dude.
I used to, before I was here, I did 3.5 years at Best Buy. It's like the most
Oh
savage.
no, I'm talking about South Park.
Oh, I was talking about Black Friday.
I thought you were talking about the Black Friday episode going through, like you didn't like it.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one yet. The last ones I remember seeing were far and apart, but I do remember the one where he went nuts over like one of the video game systems, so he tried time travel, so he could try to get it sooner. And he ended up like in the year 3000 or something like that. Cartman.
Cartman.
Yeah.
The only one who matters.
Time travel, yeah.
Yeah.
They had their first missed episode ever a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact.
So what do you mean, like it didn't air?
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
because
time.
they make the South Park episodes every week.
No, I
It
know
takes them
that.
5 days to make it, and so they lost power at South Park Studios, and they physically couldn't deliver the episode for the first time in like, no, for the first time ever.
So what season is this? Like 20 something?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that many. It's at 14, I think.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
That was 17.
17.
No.
It's been a while.
It's close to 20.
High teens.
It's been a
I mean,
while,
it
but-
started when, I don't know, 1996? 97?
Yeah,
I think it's
95,
7.
96.
Yeah.
I was 13 when the movie came out. So that was 15.
Great, that puts a handle on everything.
That's 15.
So instead of showing an episode, they just live tweeted.
So
They just live tweeted and played Scott Tenorman Must Die again, and then, you know, posted a video with a night vision camera being like, seriously, the power went out. We didn't just do a bunch of coke and give up.
All right, I guess cocaine always makes me think of the listeners. So I guess it's time for listener email.
Yeah!